Sovereign is out digitally, feature debut of director Christian Swegel, starring Nick Offerman, Jacob Tremblay and Dennis Quaid. It's based on a shocking true story that happened in 2010 in America, and it's about the so-called sovereign citizens, which are apparently a small, loosely affiliated group that believe the American government is illegal and that they can live in America but live outside the law. They seek out and twist various legal definitions to claim that they cannot be policed and ruled over, they cannot have debts, etc., etc. In short, they're a bunch of complete sociopathic lunatics who at worst can straight up become terrorists in their behavior. The movie follows a father and his 16-year-old son who are sort of just that. When we meet them, the bank is threatening to foreclose on their house because of an unpaid debt. But instead of paying, the father chooses to fight this in increasingly stupid ways, and he makes his living by going to seminars and talks where he teaches others to do so. And as we watch, especially the father get radicalized more and more, his impact on the son also continues, and inevitably there is an incident there waiting to happen. So I really like this film. I think it does a lot with very little. It's a simple narrative that manages to tell a complete story and crucially presented in a way that is sort of genuinely curious in how the villains of this story became that way. Which is to say that Nick Offerman's portrayal of Jerry is very layered. And by the way, I think this is a brilliant piece of casting to have Nick Offerman play this when he's mostly known for the role of Ron Swanson, which I think many people take 100% seriously and straight, whereas it was meant to be satire on the sort of right-wing libertarian nuts. So in the early sections of the film, you see how he cares about his son. He devotes time to him. He makes sure he's studying, praying. He takes him to his seminars to also teach him and sort of prepare him for work. He's a kind father, mostly. And even in those seminars, some of the things he says make sense, at least early on. Like his observations about banks abusing the financial system to lend out way more money than they have, and how that can fuck the little guy, especially when there's a crash and bailout is necessary from the citizens' money. Those are solid observations, absolutely. But then the solutions he presents are increasingly insane. Like, some of the things he says are fucking nuts. And it's also infuriating to see him interact with the courts, the police, even hotel clerks, because he's just being a dick to everyone around him on his stupid principles. Instead of following basic societal rules and going on with his life, most of the problems he faces are the direct results of his own actions, yet he is a hypocrite and he never reflects on that and continues to blame external forces. Which of course seeps into his son, who we see struggling, being at this formative age and clearly wanting to reintegrate into society in many ways, but being continuously dragged away by his father. Which, by the way, also a great performance from Jacob Tremblay, and the whole dynamic really reminded me of Leave No Trace, another fantastic film. I also loved how the final act plays out without much fanfare or artificial drama injected. It's very quick and abrupt and to the point. And of course bleak and tragic in its result, but as far as I read, it is for the most part accurate to how it played out in real life. So a great little movie about showing the dangers of societal isolation from regular folk into these smaller, radicalized echo chamber groups of nutjobs who continue to validate one another and make things and sort of niche worldviews spiral out of control. Chilling, but very effective.